First of all, yes, there are a lot of championships in coffee. So coffee is now getting treated as a sport. It's not just a beverage anymore. It is one of the biggest employment generation industry in the world. It is the most consumed beverage in this world. Is it? A lot of billion cups of coffees are brewed every single day. So it's not just the consumer level that there are a lot of people who are drinking coffee, but if you go back a little bit, there are a lot of producers involved. There are a lot of people at the estate who are involved. So the entire pyramid is very complex and very much structured in a lot of ways. That is why, yes, championships are there in coffee. And are they important? Super important. So the championships in coffee range from a lot of aspects, alright? So let's divide that categorically. Like, we've got producers, we've got roasters, we've got brewers. In producers, we've got something called Cup of Excellence, we've got Golden Bean Awards, we've got a lot of awards that basically help the producers understand where their coffee processing stands in the entire world. There are a lot of aspects by which a grain bean or processing of a coffee is measured. So it gives a good feedback, good data for the estate owner or the producer as to how the crop is reacting, and amongst a lot of things. We can go really deep into that, but as on the borderline, as on the surface, it gives a very good feedback. That's what is important for the estate owner. If you move to the roasters, you got championships such as Coffee Roasting Championship. So Coffee Roasting Championship it sounds easy, like you just have to roast and you win it, but it's more complicated. Like, one complication amongst a lot of others, I'll tell you that you cannot just give the roast the green bean and give it out to the judges and say, hey, this is what my presentation is. You gotta predetermine as to how the graph of the coffee is going to be. You gotta predetermine how it is going to taste. You gotta predetermine all the coffee tasting notes and the scoring of it, and then you have to present it to the judges. So the real coffee, roasted coffee, and your predetermined sample assumptions or whatever, that has to be the same. That cannot be different. Now, very soon I got to know that there are small roasters, small air roasters and all, who are starting their own championships. This only helps a roaster develop more skills, come out with more techniques, and understanding the coffee much better. So your bag will read, altitude that coffee is grown at, processing, the varietal, all these things. So gradually, all this information will start making sense to the end user as well, as to why this coffee is information is written, to make better choices for them to brew at home. Moving to the Brewers Championship, you got Brewers Cup, you got Barista Championship, you got Airpress Championship, you got Chemex. You get a lot of championships coming up. So this pushes the limits for a coffee to be presented in a much better manner also. And for every brewing company, every roasting company, for them to have their team push the limits higher and higher, that helps them get better in coffee, helps them make better coffees, and helps them give better feedbacks to the producers as well. So there are a lot of championships. If you see, it's almost like Olympics in coffee. And when you go to these championships, whenever the championships are in your town, if you go there to support it and to see it, you'll see some really insane amount of response and crowd, and everybody really deeply involved in it. So Nagpur, which is like kind of a center of India, we organized Airpress Championship over here at Corridor 7. The response was phenomenal. You can see the excitement and the craziness that everybody's involved, invested into. So it's become like a festival more so also. You see a lot of festivals like Melbourne International Coffee Festival, London Festival, you got Milan Coffee Festival, all these happening around. It only shows that how the entire culture is building up and why it is important for everybody to keep innovating in coffee. There is high innovations happening in coffee. I am not talking about innovations which move towards the robotics or automations, because that is going to be another big topic for sure. But I'm more talking about the development and ease of brewing coffee in a better format as well. How do they work? Now, there are different formats of these championships. Like, if I talk about Aeropress Championship, so every country holds Aeropress Championship. In that, each country, basically one organizer is there who holds this championship, and every winner of the country will represent their country at the World Championships. So that's how the Aeropress Championship works. Not all formats are like that. Majorly, it works like that, alright? We've seen a huge spike, by the way, in the Middle East of how the championships work. It's phenomenal how things are working over there. It's really good to see. So India is the next big thing, I feel. How should you prepare for a championship? So the golden rule and the most important and the only thing that you can do in life is actually subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right, and you will win it for sure.